Coach Bradley Carnell, we're going to start with an opening statement and then we'll go to questions.
Thanks, Erica. Yeah, good evening, everybody. Yeah, just really happy for the group, right? So tonight we asked the players to put on display what everyone doesn't see really behind the scenes, and that's a group of committed guys, the whole roster, growing together, enjoying each other, committing to a philosophy, and many people thought that we were a lot weaker than we were last week in terms of personnel, and I'm glad we could show exactly what we've been building here over the last couple of weeks. So really proud of the boys. They dug deep, and I thought we thoroughly deserved the win. Thank you.
Bradley, what went into, first of all, the decision to start Nate up high, and then what did you want to see how he functioned in that role tonight?
Yeah, first and foremost, Nate serves a dual purpose. He's excellent in the air for set pieces, and then also just his ability and repeater sprintability, I would say, and knowing how St. Louis want to build up and how they want to play the game. I thought it was a perfect scenario for him, and he emptied the tank. He committed to a lot. I think he had insane numbers in terms of his running data, and credit to him. He's been working hard to get back into full fitness, so happy for him and his performance.
And then Jacob had, more key interactions in the first half, the tackle early on in the box. There were a few others that he made. Yeah. What did you see from him tonight compared to last week? It looked like he rebounded from a rough week last week.
Yeah, listen, I spoke to it, last week, that the guys have committed to something, and that it doesn't always go our way, and that we are human beings. I think it's normal, right? So, we committed, Jacob's committed to this process, and he was excellent tonight, and he was a true leader. He played with passion and pride, and you could see he wanted to right something that he thought went wrong last week. So I'm proud of him, as I am the whole group.
Coach, you had 7 shots on target on the total tonight. What were you seeing from the attack, particularly Damiani and your first time partnering together this season?
Yeah, I thought there was some good combinations happening. I thought we could create a little bit in transition as we did, and some service from Kai, or whether it was over the right-hand side from Mbaizo also. I think we had some really nice moments. And again, listen, we've been creating a lot over the last couple of weeks, and we've shown this with one stack of players, and now we showed it tonight with another set of players. So, I'm just happy that we are continuing to create and play fluid, attacking football, and I'm enjoying every process with the guys, and it was fun to watch. I thought Ben Lund had a great game, by the way. I thought he kept them in the game, and I think we deserved the second goal early on in that first half. And but credit to Ben, he played excellent.
Bradley, what did you see from Indiana? He maybe didn't have as much of the ball as he has in his little brief appearances before, but how well do you think he can?
Yeah, usually Indy operates in the 10, right? We had him in the 6 today, so I've used him in the 6 before, and I know he can do it, right? So I thought he was vital. Indy and Jovan have a good relationship on and off the field, so I just think there was a connectedness in the group. I thought, we had to dig deep. This is a good team that doesn't give much away. St. Louis, and we thought once we get the first goal, then they're going to have to open up, and then we might have some more space in transition. But I thought on a whole, Indy played a dual purpose for us as well again tonight in the 6.
And Alejandro not being in the squad, anything injury-wise, anything there?
He had a family commitment.
Coach, can you just look at the way your defensive performance you guys had tonight, especially how the last game looked with the mistakes you were making tonight? What was the biggest difference tonight?
Nothing. We just committed. We did exactly what we do every Monday. We reset the board. The magnets go back to neutral, and we prepare a game plan, and based on principles and how we like to defend, and that's forwards on the front foot. When we get it right, and we're not going to get it right all the time, but when we do, there's massive outcomes for us, and they're usually positive. So, listen, I thought last week we were good enough to get a result, maybe not a win, but to get a result. But tonight was a great bounce back and a good feeling from everybody. We know we're in a good way. We know we have a good group, and I'm glad that they could put on a performance, the players that you don't usually get to see, and they can just show why the other group was doing so well, because everyone's pushing each other every single day in training, and I think today was a true testament to that.
Post-game, it seemed like there was a confrontation on the sideline. Do you want to share any comments on maybe what happened or your thoughts on that?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Bradley, when it comes to Yacht and his first start, what did you see from him? What did you like from him, and what do you think you can kind of build on?
Yeah, he's composed, right? So he's composed. He sees the game. He knows if he should head it up the field or take it down on his chest. Like, you know, he's a routine professional, and you could see. And I think you could see exactly why we got him. And it's unfortunate he's been having a setback with his hamstring injury. You know, when we had to, it was a tough decision or discussion at halftime to see how long we could take him because going into the game it was a half. You know, starting the second half it was 60, and then he got tired really quickly. So you know we had to make that sub pretty quickly.
It's gonna make it difficult now with the way Latu played. Now he comes back for selection. What do you make of how the?
It's been difficult since the 2nd of January because I know that these guys are pushing each other and driving each other. So you know it's been great, and I hope my problems continue.
All right, thanks, Bradley.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.